Mute your mics. Here at the Pamela Live Show, we showcase talents, businesses, and the different cultures here on Second Life, and we're always on the lookout for new guests. So if you're in entertainment, the arts, a builder, the head of a clan, etc., or if you would like to be one of our sponsors, please contact our stage managers, Zen or Josie Wells, our host Pamela, or myself, Amber. If you would like to contact us through any of these venues, you can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LNTube, and we also have an email address. Just touch the contact info board to your left. We have subscribers sitting on each side of the stage, and if your groups are filled, you can click the subscribers to receive information on any upcoming shows. You can also join our group, Electoris Enterprises. We also have a store here on the Sim called Just Pam's with just about something for everyone. Please feel free to stop by and check it out. Well, we have an awesome show lined up for you tonight with Dr. Miller, Granny Faye, and Loveofmusic. And now, your host for the Pamela Live Show, the lovely Pamela Electoris.
Also, I always give a little something before we start. Have you ever just had friends or situations and you try and you try and you try? You try to do this and you try to do that. You give this and you give that. And it just seemed like nothing worked. Do you ever get there? Just let me know. Have anybody been there? It could be for your work situation, their profile. And I asked them, please, can I have that? I loved it. And I have it back here in my office here. And after you've tried, you know what this thing says. It says, stop trying to change someone who don't want to be changed. Stop giving chances to someone when they abuse your forgiveness. Stop walking back to the place where your heart ran from. Stop trusting their words and ignoring their actions. Stop giving your all to a person who gives you nothing. Stop fighting in a relationship when you're standing in the ring alone. Stop breaking your own heart. Now, isn't that true? I think we break our own hearts when we just keep on keeping on, and really, the person don't ask us to keep doing it. We do it ourselves. And, and it's true, we break our own hearts. So kind of remember this. I'm not saying don't try it, because we all want to try. We want things to be better and to do things and all of that stuff. And just our musician is, she's late coming in and she's IMing me. But, that was a good thing for the day. And, usually I start off with love and whatever, but I thought that was something good. So, try a little bit, but, when we see it's just not going to work, before we burn ourselves out, just stop. Because it's up to that person, isn't it? When you really look at it. It's really up to that person to want to do what they need to do. So, but you know what? We got a great show lined up. I'm glad to start off strong this season. And even though in the past season, in the past dates that we've had, we've always had a lot of people that was awesome and great and give us information and things that we didn't even think that was going on here, or to even encourage us. So today we have Dro Miller, we have Granny Faye, and we also have the Loveofmusic. She's not here, but she's on her way. Zen, make sure that you get her the TP for the back. She's running late. Okay, she's here. So also, you heard all the announcements and everything. And over here to my left-hand side, that's our love jar over there, we call it. And that help keeps us going. So, if you feel like doing it, just hit us up on that love jar over there with the 3 flowers. We like the love. That's what keeps us running here in Second Life. Now, without further ado, I'm excited to get on the show and get started. And our first guest here, I met him. It was I forget how I met him, but I know I was excited when I met him. he's got a lot of exciting things that he's doing that I never heard done. You know, we've heard of this and that being done, and that's what excites me when I hear of something that I've never heard before. But I'm not going to even get into it. I'm going to let him talk about it. And I'm going to call out here now for our first guest, Mr. Dro Miller. Everyone give it up for Dro Miller. Come on out here, Dro. All right, you know, I got those chairs on Phantom. You can just walk through them and all of that. You know, it's because if not, we'll trip all over this place. How you doing? Let me get a hug, please. You have your mic on?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, all right. How you doing, Dro? Thanks for the hug. Have a seat.
I'd just like to say thank you for asking me here. It's a pleasure being here.
Oh, anytime, anytime. I mean, you know, this is what it's all about, and I thank you for taking your time out to come, because I know your schedule is busy also. But have a seat, and let's talk a little bit. I'm going to say welcome to my house. You know, we got a new venue here. If everybody's been here before, you see, how do you like it? Just let me know. I worked hard on it this summer.
It's very nice.
Have a seat.
It's very nice.
Thank you. Have a seat. I'll follow you.
After you.
Oh, after me. Okay, you sit right on the other side of the table that I'm sitting. Yeah, let me get this thing together. But how do everyone like the scenery we have here? It's the new venue. We said we was going to start off fresh, so why not do it like this? You know. So thank you. So, how you been, Mr. Miller? I know since we talked last, we talked a long time. You know, some people you can just meet and, you know, they'll answer the questions and whatever. But, I mean, we just talked, and he brought in some other people. I mean, just full of information that you give everyone. But how you been doing since the last time we spoke?
Not too bad. We tried a kind of an experiment today with a symphony orchestra, and
right now, if everybody was talking about that, he conducts an orchestra that's in here. I heard of a lot of tribute bands and stuff like that, but never in actuality a tribute of an orchestra. That sounds very interesting.
Yeah, we did a tribute to J.S. Bach. We had about 14 people on stage playing instruments, but like a friend of mine said, J.S. who? I thought, well, never mind.
You know, that was my next word. J.S. who? Are we talking about Bach, and you just decided to put his initials before that? Because I have heard of Bach.
John Sebastian Bach. Yeah, he was a famous, I think it was 17th century composer.
Okay, I've never heard his whole name, you know. I've always heard just Bach, you know, of the music, which is some beautiful music, because I like all kind of music, though. But before we get there, before we talk about the orchestra, you know, when you come here, you didn't come in playing the orchestra or even had that idea. But, I mean, what brought you to Second Life in the first place? You have an interesting of how you came here.
Oh, well, I was an active member of the Libertarian Party in real life.
Wow!
And they had a site put on by not exactly it was a magazine. It's called Reason Magazine, and they had an advertisement in there for Second Life, and they said it's sort of like libertarianism would be in real life. So I came in to see what it was all about, and then one thing left after another. I just couldn't leave. And I did what everybody does, you know, all the fun stuff. And then finally I got interested in building because I was an architect. And so I built homes for people. And I never liked the guys that were doing homes, and you would get a copy of a house and they'd sell maybe 10 of them. So I decided to do homes just for individual homes, not to be duplicated. So I did that for quite a while. And they got bigger and they got bigger, and then got into clubs and did all kind of building, and then eventually I got interested in entertainment.
You know what? I was telling Josie the other night, I went out, because she always I love buying buildings, you know, homes and buildings. And half of the time I don't get them put up, you know, but I have them in my inventory. And I've seen this beautiful home. I'm not going to go into the name because the gentleman has been on the show before. And I have a few of his home, but I never realized how much I was actually paying. What I did was, the house I wanted was like 26,000, right? 26,000 Linden. So, we say Linden, okay. When you say Linden, I in my head, I really had not put it to the dollars until after I said, wait a minute, before I click on buy, I want to see how much in actuality am I paying for this house. And guess how much it was? It was 105 US dollars. I said, oh no.
Right.
It's totally ridiculous for
imaginary thing.
For something imaginary that can get lost up in here, and Lyndon will never give it back to you, that you will never live in. $105, wow, that's a credit card payment. Groceries. Yeah. And I said, and then when I told them that, because like Josie, she collects his homes, all over, not discouraging it, but she never realized it in US dollars. That is a lot of money. And and I know the ideas is awesome and it takes a lot, but the originality of it is could be very valuable to a person. But at the same time, it's just copies you're getting, and it's I think that's kind of outlandish technically. But you're not going to see too many of them out there because it do cost that much. Some people haven't looked into that. But I said, wow, I'm going to get into building, spending that much money.
Do your own building, right?
Hey, why not? Why not? I done got kind of good a little bit, but I make up stuff. I built a little playhouse.
I did a little teaching and building, but I got out of it, got tired of it, and got into. I actually I met this gal. Her name was Caddy. She's no longer around. I met her at Frank's Elite, and she was dancing with like 4 other girls, and they were all dancing in unison. She was running a HUD and doing all kind of technical stuff you do. And so I asked her, I said, gee, what you're doing is kind of nice. Would you be willing to do it to Ravel's Bolero? Because it looks like that's what you're doing. She said, sure, I'd love to. So immediately I went out and bought a piece of property and built the Real, which is the name of my place. And,
okay.
And then that's how it took off with her.
Awesome,
awesome. And I met Angel and Reader here. That's her husband. He's not here. And he was a DJ, and I hired him, and one thing left after another, and it just kept getting more and more involved in it. And I was excuse me, I got a phone ringing here, and give me 1 second, it'll stop in a minute. And
okay.
Somebody's not. Okay. So anyways, I was getting live singers in, and the live singers would get on stage and they were singing, and they're live singing, but you're singing to tracks, and the tracks are orchestras, and oh, that's kind of ridiculous. Where's the band playing? You know, it's like watching a movie when you're saying, well, where's that orchestra at? So I started doing that. I started hiring people to do play guitar, drums, bass, whatever. And that's when Angel and Reader came in, and they started, and they were doing all kinds of stuff like that.
So now, you're doing an orchestra. Now, is this like a full, about how many members are in your orchestra? I was supposed to get these. Did you ever send me those pictures? And I never did do what I was supposed to do. Did you send me those pictures?
There's about 14 people in it.
Okay.
About 14 people.
You did send me those pictures too. You sure did. And I don't have them up for some reason. But the orchestra is beautiful. I seen them. I said, wow, it really looks like you give the people an experience in the orchestra.
Yeah, we try to, but
So what kind of music do you play?
Everything. We've done everything from Madonna to Little Richard to, oh my God, I don't know, name somebody. I've done it over the last 3 years now. And recently the classical thing is something new I'm trying. just because I'm bored with the other stuff, and I'm a classically
Okay,
trained
okay.
artist, classically trained, so I wanted to do that.
You say you are classically trained in real life?
Yes, yeah, or piano.
Really? That's
Mhm.
awesome. So what did you play in real life?
Piano, a piano. I was playing the piano, but
Wow, wow, okay.
I didn't play in concerts or anything. But I was
Mm-hmm,
studied it for years, and
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Wow, okay, okay. That's going to be very interesting. It's so many talented people here in Second Life. And, some of the experiences they bring from real life, they learn skills here some, and they bring their skills here. And it's a lot of famous people here that plays in Second Life. They might be under a different name, but I think this
serious.
place is just awesome. And, I've been here 5 years, maybe a little over, I forget. But even in that time, it's still awe me of some of the people that's here. It just blows my mind.
Right.
It blows my mind. Now
Well,
one day you're going to we're going to let you do a concert here. I
well,
think that would
sure.
be sweet. And we're going to set that up. I don't know if we'll have it at the same time on the actual show or we'll have a special. But I would love to be a part of it because I've never been into an orchestra here,
Really.
here in
Well,
Second Life.
it's good. It can be good or it can be bad. I
Hmm.
went to a concert the other day, and it was really bad because the guy was singing, doing a tribute to somebody. No, he
Uh-huh.
wasn't live singing. He was doing a tribute to someone. I'm not going to say who it was.
Okay,
But
right, right.
unfortunately, his animation was the same thing, head going up and down. And after an hour of his head going up and down, I was getting a little sick of my stomach. This is
Hmm.
ridiculous. Can you do a little better animation on it? And so we
Hmm.
kind of like concentrate on that. All of us do at the reel to make the animation fit the music and fit the scene.
Hmm. I am so sorry that I don't have your picture. I didn't think of it till you were sitting here, and we came in last night to set everything up. But on the first show, you're gonna, I
Oh, don't
forget
worry about it.
something.
Yeah,
And
those
the
were really.
next time, I didn't do it justice on there because I really wanted the people to see, and
Those,
actually, because some people just do it any kind of way. But I mean, all the dots are dotted and the T's are crossed. I mean, the setting is just beautiful,
yeah, those
of the
the pictures I
pictures.
gave you were examples of shows we did in the past. I think there was a Madonna one. There was a whole bunch of them. I can't even remember now.
Right, right, right. Well, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that soon before the year is out, also.
Okay,
So,
something else.
but anything else? What are your plans here in Second Life that you see in the next 2 years? What do you see yourself? What you're doing? What you're going to be doing here?
I want to continue pushing the envelope of the technicalities of Second Life, so
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
so that the entertainment part actually looks like it's a real entertainment. It's just not a bunch of monkeys up there doing the same thing over and over again.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Hmm.
want it to look real. When
Okay. Hmm.
Madonna comes out and sings, she should be walking around like Madonna would. The
Hmm.
instruments
Hmm.
should be playing like they really would. And a lot of that's not happening yet. It's not even
Hmm.
possible yet, but I think eventually it will be.
Awesome, awesome. I seen one show. It was awesome. It was a what show was that? It was the and I'm sure some of the people has been here. What's her name? Well, anyway, my staff they'll tell me. I think Zen gonna tell me. What was her name? The one that that I'm talking about everything, even the singers, his backup singers, and I know they had to put a lot of work in it. Backup singers and everything was off the hook. So
Was it
so I
was it
think
some
it's possible. You just gotta
work
really
on it?
look and search for it. Yeah, yeah. So, but I have enjoyed you, and I know I've learned a lot, and hopefully everyone else have heard of you. Now, what's the name of your orchestra?
Well, it's called The Real.
The Real. Okay.
One word.
So,
That's
you got anything planned that everyone, where it's going to be at and when, so we can give the audience?
well, we use a girl called Maypoo Little a lot. I'm using her not till next Monday though, and we really haven't I really haven't planned anything. I was thinking about doing a tribute to Peter Tchaikovsky, but I'm not sure. I might. It'll be fun. We do the
Well, if you
18th.
do run it by me, let me know, and I'll
Yeah.
put it into the subscriber and maybe send it on to some people that might want to come and see it, get that experience. I know if I'm on, I will definitely do that myself. But I enjoyed you. Anyone, have you enjoyed some information that you've gotten here from Mr. Dro Miller? Don't forget that name, the Dro Miller and the Real Orchestra, and be sure to give him some support. Thank you so much, Dro. I love it. I love it. And we're going to have you back soon, okay? So just go to the next seat, and I'm going to introduce the next guest. Everybody give it up for Mr. Dro Miller. Let's give it up for him. Awesome and very interesting man. And a lot more information we give. We just don't have the time. We got a couple of more guests here. And the next guest that we got coming out is Miss Granny Faye. Now, Granny Faye, she's been here before. No, just have a seat. No, Dro, come on back up and just have a seat in the other chair that's next to you where you were sitting at. There we go. Okay. So, and then we're going to have Miss Granny Faye come on out. Granny, come on out and come on out and say hello to everyone. It's a wonder we haven't heard her yet because she be in the back. Miss Granny Faye, come on out. Is that chair working?
Here I come. I'm on the stage. Am I on here?
Yeah, you out here. Oh, try to sit on the opposite side of me. Yeah, come on out, Granny.
Hello. How you doing? I'm going to come around this way because I know you want to get your hug in.
Yeah, I want my hug in. You just going through everything, aren't you? How you doing there, Miss Granny Faye?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. Just had a birthday and stuff, and had a little party going on. You came through, didn't you? I think I seen you there.
I checked out for a little while. I was over at the
you were shaking it out. I hear you. Yeah, you were shaking it.
Looking at your young self.
I hear you. Have a seat, Greta.
I'm in heaven because I messed up my hip this weekend partying myself.
Oh, don't do that. You can't shake it that hard because I know you be forgetting that you're not as young as you be. Have a seat.
You forgetting sometimes. Any chair will work, is that right? I'm going to sit by you. How you doing over there, Mr. Dro Miller? Okay, I almost sat on him.
Very well, thank you.
Thank you.
Life boy is not working good. It's got me frozen here for a minute, but there I go. Okay. It's about time. So anyway, so you said you hurt your hip and everything, huh?
Yeah, just a little partying over the weekend. I just hurt a little bit. But I pieced it back together some kind of way. Epsom salt works every time.
Epsom salt, yes it do. Epsom salt will do the trick every time. That it will. So what you been up to, Granny? If anybody, before I go anywhere, if anybody know Granny, she's a comedian here in Second Life. She also do some DJing and she does little plays and stuff. And she's been doing a lot of stuff here in Second Life. And we're going to get into some of that. She's a very talented young lady, not just comedian, but she amazes me at times with some of the things she does. So give us some of the things that you've been doing, Granny, because you've been offline for a while, and you haven't too long really come back strong until recently. So what's some of the things you've been doing?
Apparently, trouble is trying to find me because everybody keeps telling my Granny stay out of trouble, and which I have not been doing no such a thing.
We know you're chasing them young boys and stuff, so we have to.
I ain't been doing no such a thing. I just been to carry on. You know,
just been carrying on. You've been leaving the young boys alone.
Because it's getting ready to be 2016. I don't know if that means anything to anybody else, but to me, when these New Year's come forth, it's like, wow, this it done gone already. And now today, we can put a sweater on because the weather that I like is here. Ain't nothing like some grass burning during the beginning months of fall. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right about now, just relaxing myself.
Just relaxing.
Uh-huh.
So some of the projects you got going on, what you been doing? I know that now. I told you got to give up. She's doing we're supposed to be doing that Granny Feud here also, but I know you got to finish that up. But some other projects you've been doing also.
Well, yeah, I've been working on a little something, and this is not for me. It's for them. If you're a part of them, then maybe you might want to give me a call on I am or something in my box and come over. If you need to be talked to or you need to talk to me, then that's what it's going to be for. What's my name? My title's name. I got a title's name. I don't remember what the title's name is, but just call me Dr. Granny.
Dr. Granny. You know what? Yeah. Wait a minute. Don't look at it right now. But I'm going to put in local this short play she has. And it's amazing where you have to look at it. It's playing on YouTube or somewhere. But I'm gonna put that down in local, but not until after the show, because I want everybody to be able to enjoy the other guests. But it is totally funny. So you can explain. You can talk a little bit about it if you want to.
Sometimes people get too big and you have to shrink them.
So that's what the short play is about. It's about shrinking somebody.
But she had little anger management problem. They called it man. Dr. Phil just called me Dr. Granny. If you're feeling sad, upset, disgusted, and busted, come talk to me, and don't ask me for no money. We'll work something out. It don't cost you anything to come in. I don't have a fee or anything like that. I usually never have a fee on here until somebody ask how much I want them to pay me per hour. I just usually say, just bless me how you feel, and normally that work out too. So anyway, I think that after everything has been said and done on my 4 years, going on 5 next year here on this life, in this life, breakups to makeups, divorce, marriages, partners, unpartners, babies, prims, avatar children, stealing the daddy from the mama, all this kind of stuff been going on. You're gonna need somebody to talk to. So just step into my office.
But Granny, when but when I sing the clip, I'm not sure if the young lady left better or worse. I don't know if she left better or worse.
Well, see, that was an intake appointment. They don't pay me enough to get down to the nitty gritty on an intake appointment. Intake is less. So when I'm in that office, they don't have to pay. They don't have to come off the dollar, because there's people doing pedicures. And not in this life, but in life, there's folks doing pedicures for about $840 a whop. They call them podiatrists.
Oh my God!
Wait a minute, hold up. But that's the reason why I thought you wanted some patience, but I don't know if a person gonna come back more confused when they talk to you, Granny, because I'm just flabbergasted. Can I ask you a question? Where did you get your credentials from? That's all I want to know.
My credentials?
Yes.
You just said them. You just qualified me in the beginning as soon as you started talking to me.
But why is that, Miss Granny?
You just qualified me. You said I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So you qualified me right there. And so if you need to get married, you need to... Yeah, you have to come to counseling before. If I'm gonna marry you, you got to come to counseling. That's pulling up straight up. If you listen here, if she paying the tear while he gone, so we got them kind of domestic disturbances going on your sim, and something ain't right, then you need to go to counseling first. If he ain't doing nothing to help, or she ain't doing nothing to help, then they need counseling.
They need counseling.
Yeah, you're not gonna have
now, after you counsel them, would they get married, or they probably wouldn't get married? Which one?
If they look like, if they want me to marry him, and see that by the time they get through counseling, if I'm gonna sit through an hour of what time the wedding was supposed to start to a whole nother hour to when the wedding actually start, and we gonna do this here all day, y'all acting crazy, crashing and stuff, I'm gonna stay married. on my book. If I got to sign
So,
and y'all gonna say
so wait a
no.
minute. So an hour before they get ready to get married, they probably have their guest list out and ready to get married. But after your counseling, if they decide not to get married, they have to call it off, or something. Or I mean, what's so close to the wedding?
They ain't
You
got to
can't
call
do the
it off.
counseling before.
They ain't got to call it off. They just better go call Pastor Chase because I can't marry him. Look, you might
Pastor Chase, you think he'll marry him
you marry
anyway?
him. Look, Pastor Chase will marry him as long as you got your feet up front. He'll marry you.
Oh, you talking about Chase. Now, you know Chase, you sure Chase is just, you should have said Chase will marry anybody without counseling anyone, but you want to counsel him.
He gonna marry anybody. I'm saying that if I decide that I'm not gonna marry you and you have to go to somebody else and you last minute looking for somebody that's gonna marry you can go to Chase and ask them, but you just better have your last minute decision fee up front, is what I'm saying.
So he
Marry
gonna pay you. But
marry.
wait a minute. So wait, first you say you're a doctor, and are you a minister or are you a clergy?
Dr. Trump's bishop, so sometimes Dr. Trump's bishop, and that's giving me everything. That way
So
I
wait a
can
minute,
go
you
to
a Dr. Bishop.
whatever Dr. Bishop, overseer, whatever missionary, manager, evangelist, apostle, whichever one. Because like I said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can do all those
You know
things.
what?
It doesn't even matter. I can do it all.
You do it all. I hear you.
Let me
Now,
ask you a question, Pam.
yes, ma'am.
Did they find them yet?
Find who?
I was sitting at the church the other day and they said, amen, amen, amen. And I'm looking at what never no more did they find.
Amen. I hear you. You know, but you know what? He was found. When you say amen, they're not talking about a person. When they're saying amen, they're saying they're putting it up here. They're agreeing with the word, whatever it's saying. You know, like instead of the street lingo is you're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, But in church you say amen. You don't go in and say, hey, you right. Yeah, okay. You say amen.
Hey, Joe Miller didn't really explain that to me. Maybe she thought somebody else might not know. They know that amen and amen. Some people you don't hear amen that often. That's why I said joke on amen. You don't hear most people. You don't hear nobody say amen at the end of it. They always say amen.
Amen.
Like
Amen.
it's A-M-A-N. So that's how I spell it sometimes. I say A-M-A-N, amen, amen. Where is he?
Funny.
And you live for a man in church. I say,
I thought they was pointing them out. Like, is he catching the Holy Ghost? Did it feel like Jeremiah or what? I didn't know what was going on.
You didn't know what was going on. I hear you, Granny. I hear you. You know what? It is always awesome for you to come in. But now, I know the doctor thing going on, and like I said, beware everyone. You might come out worse, you might come out better. But this is my granny. I tell you, she's my granny up in here. But now you were talking about you getting ready to start doing another adventure, and you want to talk about it. Is it just a doctor thing, or you actually going to have a show called that? I know we have a clip that, but you getting ready to start the show Ex Granny?
There's another show that I cannot tell you the name of right now because that is through who you send the link through, and that's working on that, and that's the Chocolate Factory. And they still making arrangements to actually kind of say yes, and they're gonna do it, or no, they're not gonna do it. So yeah. But I'm working on that, and that's life, not Slife. But I am gonna do some things on Slife at a basis to where I'm catering more to the people and what it is that they look for when when they hear me. So I'm gonna be doing that. If I can say this right now, that's in at the Pamela Live show today. We got 3 that I know may have been from my invite. Jaja Marie, John and Alexis, and the real, that's Coda. Hey, Coda. I know Coda come anyway. Y'all know each other from
that's my sister too. Yeah.
But Jaja, I'm going to be doing some things with Jaja. And she just had a birthday party, and I did DJ on that. I'm doing DJ kind of scattered around because that's not really my field of expertise. But if they ask me to DJ, how can I say no? You understand? So that's where I'm at with that.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? It's always a joy to talk to you. And you know, granted, she sings and dances too, but we're not going to have a sing and dance today. But this, like I said, she's one talented woman here. And she does a lot of things. And like I said, I'm not going to put this clip up until after I sing her, to be honest about it, because I really want everyone to hear a singer who is awesome that's coming up. And here's some of the things that she, you know, she said, hey, Jaja. But when you see this clip, you're going to fall out laughing. You really are. You know, it is so funny. And this is how talented this woman is. And so, Granny, I know you're doing some things in the future, and I asked Mr. Miller the same thing. Where do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing here in Second Life in the next few years?
Exactly what I'm doing now, because it feels good not having to run around this grid with a chicken with a neck cut off. Relax. If somebody need to talk, they can come TP over, go jump on the mic every now and again, and just enjoy myself and enjoy Jesus. Because for what I can't even go into that right now, but some things is just not for me on here. You know, I don't need to go drink blood or anything like that. I don't need to get pregnant on anything. Them babies cost like $5,000 a flop, don't it?
They cost some money. From my understanding, for the good babies, I think.
$20, and I can't even hold a baby for real. I'm gonna go to Walmart and get me a little doll or something.
You go to Walmart. You know they have a Walmart in here too. You know that, right? But you know what? That Walmart I went is very expensive. I don't know about anybody else being there, but Walmart is not no joke in here. So I think the Walmart needs to reconsider some of their stuff. I went in there. I said, "Oh my goodness!" And they even got the baskets for you to push. I love it. I love this place. I really do.
I know what you're talking about. I've been there too. I took one of them baskets with me.
You stole one out. You took one out the building.
And
left it at the bus stop.
Do with me yet.
But anyway, this is one funny lady. You know what, Granny, as usual, you one of our friends here at the show, and you come anytime that we ask you, and we love you. And this lady is one of the sweetest people I know too. So when she's giving something, everyone, you know, go, you know, and let's try to help each other and encourage each other in here. And I think that's one thing that Second Life do. Somebody was telling me the other day that Second Life has the most of the warmest people that don't mind hugging you and saying hello. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people in real life do the same thing too, but here in Second Life, it's even more so. And I think even for people who did not originally hug or shake your hand or say hello, they get in here and they get so much love, they just fall in the flow, you know, and that's Second Life. Thank you, Lyndon, you know, for that part, because I love this place. Granny, you know, you coming back and you got to come back again. We love you. Everybody give it up for Miss Granny Faye, the one funny lady. But don't leave here without getting this link that I'm going to put up. Like I said, I'm just not going to put it up because we'll be tempted to look at it. But it's a must look at. It really is. Now, we're going to get ready for our other guests. Thank you, Miss Josephine, for that love. Thank you so much. We'll get ready for another guest. And here's another friend of the show. I met her. She's one of Second Life Got Talent winner. She was second runner-up. And, you know, in my heart, she's first runner-up also. I mean, she should have been first also. But even the other young lady, I'm not going to take anything from her either. But she is a very talented lady. I mean, a voice that angels should have. She's a sweetheart, and I love her. And I want her to come on out. She was at my birthday party. She sung at my birthday party and really gave an awesome show. I'm going to call out here Miss Love of Music. Everybody give it up for Miss Love of Music. Take the next chair from me, Granny, so when Love sit down, we can talk. How you doing, Love?
I'm good,
Hey,
thank
Love.
you. How are you?
All right. Give me that hug.
I love hugs.
All right, and I'm always giving them, but you know what? Today I've been right on, because usually I'd be sideways, backwards. We be all kind of ways, up in here. I'm trying to stop to say we got some static here. But, I got all kind of things going on here. Granny, sit on the other side of Love for me, if you don't mind. So, but I got all kind of things that's going on here, and
I don't think that chair works.
the chair, it might not. It don't work. Let me see. Let me sit here. I might have to sit over there, huh? It works for me. No, it don't. That chair do not work.
It don't work.
That's a broke chair. It sure
Did
is.
you get it from Walmart?
I think so. Something happened. Something happened, didn't it? Something happened here. But you know what? Let me see if I can. It's not mine. Let me see. I think I got the right to make a copy of it. We'll see. No, I'm just moving you out. Sorry about that. She would have to make a copy of that if it's a copy. But anyway, now how we going to do this?
I'll stand.
I need another chair out, but...
Oh, you're such a gentleman, Dro.
Oh,
He's such a gentleman. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Mr. Dro.
Mr. Dro, thank you, Dro. You know what? This is the first. This is the first here in Second Life. Now, see, we should have checked out all of these chairs. Now, Granny, would you scoot into the next chair for me?
He's just keeping it real.
He's keeping it real. Thank you so much, Dro. But that chair used to work, so we're gonna have to fix that one up. I don't think Granny hear me, so. But anyway, Granny, Miss Granny Faye.
She away from keyboard, probably.
She done gone. She done said what she had to say, and she gone.
Or she's
Let me
looking
just
in the
try to-
file cabinets for her credentials, perhaps.
I'm gonna
There you
try
go.
to. No, I thought that thing would work, but it didn't. Okay, yeah, she's looking for her credentials. Well, anyway, I just sit over here with the hay. I'll just sit over there and call it a day. So, but anyway, excuse me, Granny, I'm talking through you, but it's gonna work out okay. So, what you been doing, lady?
I've been doing a lot of singing here on Second Life. Yeah,
And you do it well too, and you do it very well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, besides singing, what else do you do? Do you just come on to sing, or what else?
Pretty much. Lately, I've been doing a lot of things with Jazzy Sensations. You guys know who.
Now,
Soul
what is Jazzy
Sensations.
Sensation? Is that clothing? What is that?
It's a relatively new club over at the Serenity Plateau where Soul Sensations is and Reggae Sensations. I've been doing a lot of things. They've got an all-star lineup there at the Jazzy Sensations every other Sunday, so I kind of help out with that.
Is this
I've
like
also been
open mic or just a lineup of singers?
Oh no, it's a lineup. We've got Trouser Boa, who's a saxophone player, wonderful in real life. And he does, and we're actually collaborating, doing some things together in the near future. We've got Alex Mays and Eddie Blue. Those are two wonderful blues musicians. One's a guitar player, and the other is a sax player, and they both sing. Got Chicago Sax on there in the
Yeah,
lineup.
Chicago Sax has been on the show. He's a friend to the show also.
Now, he's also a real life friend of mine too. Chicago Sax and I, Mr. George Buto.
Wow.
So yeah, it's
okay.
a really nice lineup that we've got. Singer Girl that opens up for it. So other than that, just been doing a lot of singing.
Okay. Because I noticed that sometimes you come on for a show, but then you kind of go right on out a lot of times. And I said, now, does she doing? A lot of people have certain things going on or whatever, but you just more or less come in here and you enjoy the music and the music of other people is what you do a lot in here.
Most definitely, that's what I came on here for to to collaborate with different musicians. I've heard that there were lots, and Joe Miller, I'm sure, knows himself. There's lots of talent out here, and I would love to meet that talent, maybe collaborate with them, and I've been doing that so far. I've done it with Bono Faru. I've done it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it with
I remember you
Bono.
with Bono. That was awesome. Dual
Yeah.
streaming. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting together with Java Joe McIntyre. Hoping to get together with Baz, do some Steely Dan covers.
Okay.
So that's
I
kind of.
haven't heard Bash yet. What do he do?
He does his own backtracks. He plays the keyboard and guitar and bass, and all the backtracks that he uses are custom. And he sings. So. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
really?
pretty talented.
Okay. You know, I was talking with Bones, you know, who owns Tracks, which a lot of
Bones Ryder, yeah, I would love to collaborate
he
with
was on
him
the show.
too.
He was on the show one day because I needed some help in doing something here recently, and he was saying that he was thinking about, you know, taking out the tracks. You know, I guess a lot of the musicians were coming there, which I enjoyed because I ended up getting a few of the singers that, you know, because I learned their music, and this is a way that you normally don't get heard of, you know, but I don't know if enough bar owners or, you know, people that do live, that they know enough about him to go and just search out singers, because the tour was dynamic, you know. I mean, there's so many awesome singers here in Second Life, you know. But you know, normally you hear it if somebody invites you to something or whatever. But this way, they're all in one place. But he was saying that, you know, he was thinking about stopping that and revamping it and doing something else, because a lot of people, you know, weren't there anymore. And I said, wow, you know, that was one of the best ideas, because I never heard of so many different streams in one place. You know, like on this land, I can put your stream on here, but I can't put another stream on. But he has just every section, everybody had their little, you know, whatever gadget he did, you could just hear music and don't hear the next person's music, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I would be lost without Tracks.
Yeah. Well, you need to talk with him to, you know, encourage him to maybe keep it, because he's, you know, he was thinking, that was just a thought of his, though. So if anybody out there who's a musician and they're not using Tracks, or they're using Tracks, you know, maybe you need to go and maybe talk to him too. So, of stopping it, yeah. So, you know, tell him you love what he's doing, and maybe he'll keep it, you know. Because I know it's hard, because things cost money in here. It looks good, it sounds good, but still, if it's in your pocket, you know what I'm saying? You have to do what's best for you to do, you know. But, so, now I'm going to ask you, same thing if I ask everybody else today. I know you sing and whatever, but, you know, have you thought about what you might want to do, or some of the things you want to try to do in here in Second Life in the next few years before we put you up to sing?
Yeah, definitely. I would love. Right now, I sing with backtracks. I'm not a musician, you know, per se. I don't take an instrument, and I don't play an instrument. Mm-hmm. So, my goals, I would love to have live raw musicians sing with, you know, maybe gather some kind of band, or which is kind of what I'm doing now, collaborating with different musicians, in hopes to do something actual live. In real life, I'm in a band, and I also so I do jazz, blues, and rock and roll, and I do some R&B and funk as well, but it's more jazz and blues. So I'd like to get into something like that with the real life musicians here on Second Life. That's
awesome. Well, the word is out, so there's quite a few of them out there. We have Cyterius out there. We have Jaja, she's a DJ here and the thing. I'm just doing, if I don't call your name, forgive me. I'm just trying to see some of the people that I know. We have Dakota out there. I know she sings too. You know, and I'm just looking through who all we have. Of course, we got like Granny Face, she sings. Miss Loveofmusic. Awesome. She gives a show every time, I tell you. I mean, you know, today was a great day. It's our first day back. We got a great audience out there, and we had a great panel up here. Let's give it up for Mr. Drew Miller that was here earlier, and Miss Granny Faye, and the awesome Miss Loveofmusic. Every week we try to give it to you like this, and each time we're going to bring surprises and things as people that's coming. So look out for us. If you haven't subscribe so that you'll be able to you know, get what we have, you know, who's coming up, and you'll know who's coming up, and we can encourage each other, you know. That's what it's all about. And if you are doing something here in Second Life, and you want, you know, let's talk about it, and give us your name, and we'll get you set up so you can be up here, and people can see some of the things that you're doing, and we can encourage other people to do more in here. So at this time, I want to thank everybody for coming and for the show, and don't forget the Pamela Live show is here every Sunday at 3 p.m. And we look forward to seeing you. Your mics can come on. This is the time you can ask any questions of any of the guests. You can friend me also. You know, just on Sundays and those days you're going to get what they call it, scammed in here, or spammed in here rather, and you'll be able to see what's coming up. So welcome, you know, like I said, come on back everyone. Mics are open, anyone can talk now and ask any questions if you want. Also, this show would not be a show without the staff that works here, and I'm going to introduce them. They're going to come on up. Miss Zen, come on up, Zen. Zen, she is the stage manager. She makes sure that all the guests here are welcome and get the experience that I feel that they should have, and you know that our knowledge gives us that a guest would have on a television show. Also, we have Miss Josie Wells. Come on up. She's our she does the video here. So within a couple of days, she should have a stream, and we can give it to you. Just hit us up, and we can let you know. You can see the stream on YouTube, and et cetera, et cetera. We also have new here, Miss Amber. She's come in strong. She did the announcing. Come on up here, Amber. And everybody give her some love. And she is one of the sweetest things here also. And we have Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox is our host, and he usually welcomes everyone as they come in. And he's been doing that with us, and he does an awesome job on that. Thank you, Mr. Rule, for that love. Thank you. Somebody else just did something and I didn't see who it was. It just went through. Thank you, Dakota, for that love. And the last person, Miss Dastry. Thank you. Thank you so much for that love. Like I said, all mics are open. Josie, did you get up here too? Okay. Also, my family is here. Nobody has met my son. My son, his fiance, is here tonight. Mr. Raven, come on up here, and his fiance, Cassidy. They're here tonight. So, you know, my son, I've always had sons, but they, you know, they go off and they disappear and all that other stuff, and I got on him about that. So he's not going to do that no more. He's going to get a spanking. So if anyone have any questions, please ask me. This is a good time to ask me any questions if you want.